So after I made this video, it was on January 4th, 2021. Chronically Rara herself, the queen of the hour, she commented, and this appears to be her real YouTube account. And, she posted videos from 5 years ago. She posted this one from 4 years ago. Oh God. They're very random. I mean, it's very just, I don't know.
What the hell is on here?
It appears to be, this is truly her account, basically, is what I mean to say about this. And like why you would have someone follow you around with a camera while, experiencing this gruesome pain or whatever's going on here is beyond me.
Yes, I need you to step.
But, it just to show that it looks like it's really her. Anyway, so she commented, and I pinned it to the top because I'm like that. And she said, "You do know I'm suing you now for defamation of character and am pressing charges against you for unauthorized distribution of copyrighted materials. My OnlyFans material is all copyrighted by myself and OnlyFans, a paid private subscription service where both the website and myself specifically state, quote, you must not reproduce, distribute, modify, create, blah, 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 blah." Okay, so she posts like this legalese there. "Not only are you defaming my character by telling baseless lies, because I've never met you a day in my life, but you seem to be the authority on my medical condition. Putting anything from my OnlyFans up without my express consent, which you don't have and will never have, falls under the laws of revenge porn. And yes, I'm absolutely pressing charges against you. What you're doing is not entertainment. It's outright harassment, and it's wrong and illegal." Okay, so a couple things there. This is literally her Twitter account. So I didn't take anything from anywhere. I didn't pay for her OnlyFans. I just got it on Twitter. So sue yourself is what I said. That was her Twitter account. I don't know if it still exists or whatever, but she was posting it herself. So that's bullshit. The second thing is that I never met you in a day in my life. Literally in the beginning, I'm like, I do not know her. I do not know Lindsay personally. So not that that disclaimer makes it, I have a free pass forever, but it does mean that I did not try to make it seem like I know this person in real life. So that was that. Okay, let me talk about the emails too, because she emailed me privately as well. And, this is where I sort of like backed off and I was like, okay, we gotta pump the brakes just a tad here. And I blocked her email so you can't see it. Hopefully all of them. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so this came to my email account. I've never shared this before. I told people that it existed, but I never shared it before. Okay, so she said, "This is an official letter of a cease and desist, though I've already sent you one, and you keep knowingly harassing, stalking, defaming my character, all of which are federal offenses, by the way. And yes, I've turned you into the FBI. As a matter of fact, I have a meeting with them tomorrow, and I will gladly forward you the names of the people I am dealing with. Also, no, I am retaining counsel and suing you for harassment, stalking, inciting violence against me and my family, and defamation of character. I forwarded all your videos to the FBI, and my legal team will be in contact with you. You also have 24 hours to take the videos of my daughter you have down. I don't care that you shaded her face out. She is a minor, and what you're doing is illegal. And the FBI has been notified of your actions and will be notified again when I speak with them tomorrow. I also suggest you actually learn what Ehlers Danlos, okay, then all the ones. So she sent me some documentation about the diseases that she has. Okay, and go there, sent me some links, go to the Cleveland Clinic website for heart stuff because they're number one. Okay, all that stuff. I'd say you really need to get a life because Christ, do you? But how much do you hate yourself that you get joy out of thinking you know about other people's lives, harassing them, stalking them online, inciting violence against them because that's what you're doing? How miserable of a person are you? Do you need a hug or something? You realize what you are doing is highly illegal and could kill any chance of a future for you. And you are so young still. You don't want that. And I am certainly don't want that. And I certainly don't want that for you. I choose to believe that you're better than that. And if you were a real adult, you have a lot of growing up to do. You'd have come to me directly because I have gladly answered any questions you have. But if you keep on harassing me like you are, I will not hesitate to make sure you see the inside of a jail cell for a very long time. So stop immediately. Get a life. Go for a walk. Get a puppy. Get a job. Get a different hobby. It's like, she's not wrong, but also projection, because you also should get a job and a puppy and go for a walk and get a life. Also, my name is Chronically Rara. Okay. Also, my name is Chronically Rara is copyrighted with a pending trademark. So anytime you use my name without my expressed written consent, you are committing copyright infringement. This is the last email I will send about the issue. Narrator. It was not the last email she sent me. Cease and desist your harassment and defamation campaign immediately. If you have questions for me, you come to me and I will gladly answer them. Hell, I'm willing to Zoom or Skype with you if you want. I don't want to go down the legal path with you, the others. I'm making it my job to make sure they see a jail cell because they're going beyond illegal. But with you, for some reason, I freaking feel empathy and I don't, wait, let me move myself, hold on. I'm special, guys. Am I an empath?
I happen to be an empath myself.
Okay. Where is it? Okay. I don't want to go down the legal path with you, the others. I'm making it my job to make sure they see a jail cell because they're going beyond illegal. But with you, for some reason, I freaking feel empathy and don't want you to have to experience an arduous legal process and possible jail time. You are too young for that. So please stop. Just stop. I'm glad she thinks I'm young. She made a response and said that I was a college kid living in my parents' basement. I was like, that's nice. That's nice that she thinks I'm in college. Okay. Here's what I said back. Okay. Is this burning hot tea? Okay, this is hard to see, but I said, hey, Lindsay, thanks for the heads up. I'll keep a lookout for the FBI. I'm such an asshole. I'm sorry. I'll keep a lookout for the FBI and your legal team, and we'll answer any questions they have. I, however, stand by my videos and, in my opinion, have not harassed, stalked, or defamed your character, but obviously you have a right to your opinion, so I will not be taking anything down. Thanks for your email, and I hope you are well. I think that was my little nod to be well. Hope you are well. Okay, so that's what I said back. And then, despite her saying that was the last time she was going to email me about the issue, she emailed me again about the issue. Okay, let's see. Okay, so then she responded. Then I am filing charges against you because posting other people's minor children is illegal. I don't think it is illegal because every vlogger in the entire United States would be arrested immediately. As well as internet harassment and stalking. Also, when your life comes up in discovery, your employer, little did she know, I was unemployed. Well, self-employed, which I still am. Your employer, university, if applicable, was not, will also be notified. I am also filing suit against you and your parents because we know they know what you do. My parents do not know what I do, and I don't think they comprehend what YouTube is, to be quite frank. My dad has never owned a computer, has a cell phone, begrudgingly has a cell phone. So if someone contacted him by carrier pigeon, I guess like you'd have to start from square one. Like, what is a browser? What is your thing? You have a TikTok? Like, he would have no idea. So you have to start from ground zero with him. And then my mom and I don't have a good relationship. So I'm sure she would love to, commiserate with you about how horrible I am. So please, by all means, I would love you to contact her and see how long it takes to decide that was a bad idea. Anyways, okay, I just thought that was funny. So she's going to sue me and my parents. That's how pissed she is. I guess she thinks I'm like 12. Maybe I thought like she thinks I'm like in an accelerated program. Maybe, like I'm so young. This is like actually, it's working. My skincare routine. Everyone's been hounding me about my skincare routine, guys. The FBI has been hounding me about my skincare routine. And here I am to tell you. Soap and water. Okay. All right. I'll be suing you and your parents for pain and suffering, illegal posting of a minor child without the express consent of the parent for purposes of harassment, internet harassment, stalking, and inciting violence. I really wish cops or the legal system cared about posting minors on the internet, but they don't. So, what can I do? Because of you, my child needs trauma therapy. Yeah, I'm sure that's because that's what my mom would say too. Someone on the internet's causing my child to have trauma therapy, not me. Anyway, sorry. I'll be sending this to my attorney as well, along with the local police and FBI. I'll see you in court. Just know you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You make yourself look like an idiot because I have sworn affidavits from my entire medical team. Why would you have sworn affidavits? From your entire they force them into a sworn affidavit? Interesting. Okay, sorry. Let me stick to the point. I have sworn affidavits from my entire medical team, scans, labs, and over 25,000 pages of medical records. What do you have? Reddit? Some guy who's butthurt over the fact I filed police reports against him for sending porn to my minor child's phone and is also literally stalking, harassing, and inciting violence against me? I have no idea what she's talking about there. I have no clue who she's speaking of. I don't know who this person is, who this man is. I don't know. So this is not part of the story that I'm aware of. I also filed reports against him and his girlfriend with the university we went to and they still attend. And he'll most likely be expelled because the university doesn't want the publicity. I'm willing to bring down on them. Or what about the fat medic whom I've never met, but she seems to be an expert in EDS, Addison's, autonomic dysfunction, SPECT scans, MRI, CTs, and x-rays, stuff I've shared online. Temporal lobe epilepsy? That's right, she's not. I think that was a person who was also doing and sharing content about Chronically Rara and sort of in the anti-Rara group, but I don't know much about it. And then she says, I gave you a chance to not be stupid because I'm an idiot who tried to see you as a human being instead of a complete waste of oxygen, space, and human life that you are. Now I'm going to make sure you sit in jail cell for a very, very long time because bringing my child into this is a federal crime, and you said you wouldn't remove the posts with her likeness in it, and that you explicitly stated that you were going to keep on harassing, stalking, and encouraging violence against me. Have a great day. Okay, so again, for the record, I've never received any sort of legal anything at all. And just keep in mind how, obviously she's upset. If you couldn't tell, she's mad. How mad she is, and then the ultimate switch that we're about to see happen right here. So I don't know if I didn't screenshot it or what, but it was like one sentence, and I was like, would you like to come on a live stream with me to explain better? Because obviously I don't understand what I've done wrong. And I did know what I've done wrong. And it was a bait. It was a bait to get her to say yes. And at the time I was like, this will be great video. And then I thought about it again. I was like, actually, this is horrible and I shouldn't do this. Okay. But I asked her, hey, do you want to go on a live stream? We can talk about it. And then she said, I will do that. That's frankly the most mature idea you've had since starting all of this bullshit. So I'll be more than happy to come on a live stream with you and set the record straight. All I ask is for you not to talk about my daughter. Can you show a little bit of grace? Do not give this out. Then she gives me her cell phone number, okay, which I never asked for. Give me a call this week and we will get something figured out. Okay. And I felt like, this woman is telling me she's going to the FBI 1 second. And then the next second, she's giving me her phone number, her personal phone number. I'm like, okay. So that's why I was like, this is bad. So I stopped responding. I was like, okay, get a clue, Kayla. Stop being this way. So I stopped. And then she responded again with, I don't think I even said anything back. And she said, I was just thinking about you. Check my email and yours was the first one. Great minds. Great minds think alike. Me and her, we're simpatico. I've got my calendar in front of me because I have some doctor's appointments coming up. This week is actually my lighter week. Tomorrow through Friday, I can do any time, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a morning person and have to have at least a cup of coffee in my system to function. And next week, I can do the 16th and the 18th with relative open availability. After that, I would have to let you know because April is very busy with doctor's appointments and stuff for my daughter because she has some medical needs as well. I have a professional Zoom we can use if you need it. Just let me know and I can set up the appointment and send you the secure link. Safety won't be an issue because everything I do is encrypted. Okay, so you won't need to worry about safety. You have my number now, so don't hesitate to call or text if you need anything or have any questions. P.S. When you do have kids, which you have a good decade, so don't rush it. But Cincinnati Children's and Rady's in San Diego, phenomenal. My daughter has blah, blah, blah. Okay, I fly her back to San Diego when needed. Okay, their team is the number 1 in the country. She also has this. Okay, she's telling me about her daughter. Okay, whatever. I've also attached some reading material about Ehlers-Danlos and dystonia. Anything I send to is always going to be peer-reviewed research, but I can always translate science to English. You know, my bestie, great minds think alike, no longer the worst piece of shit human wasting of oxygen anymore because I gave her the opportunity to have some more airtime. So yeah, so that's where that conversation ended in the DMs, or I guess technically in the emails. And then I don't know what the timeline was exactly. I don't remember which email, and I made several videos about Lindsay. I made, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4 total. And okay, so we don't have to go through all of them, but basically this one was all about this live stream. I just reviewed the live stream, and it was just a bunch of, she's allegedly like in hospice and sleeping 25 hours a day, but then somehow making these like 2-hour live streams. And then this one was after, okay, so this was after she said that she was going to, go to the FBI and sue me. But the funny part is that, as much as I don't know. I think it's funny when you become part of the content. Now, there's some ethical boundaries with it, obviously, and I think I played with fire. And I'm going to give myself the excuse of like I was just starting on YouTube, but it was like a moment of like, oh, like I'm becoming part of the drama, and people were sending me stuff like, look, she's talking about you. So, and that's when I, again, decided to sort of back off and go, okay, let me go cover some other stuff. But this is the video. This is from, let's see the date on it. Hold on. 1 year ago, March 5th, 2021.
This Kayla's world, whatever the hell she is. Some college kid living out of her parents' basement. Like, let's just keep it 100.
I have no idea who this broad is, and I really don't understand what she gains either. Except for a lawsuit, which, whatever.
Rah. Rah. Okay. And at one point she had private or deleted, or she didn't delete it because it came back, but she privated her TikTok. That didn't last. She reopened it to the public shortly after. Then she had a Facebook group where she was trying to have like, I think it was like 25 moderators or something for her private Facebook group. And you had to attend a 2-day online training that she was going to give to become a moderator of her group. So there was a lot of, I just find that funny. I just think it's funny. Then she said she was no longer in hospice. And, this is Sarah. This is her friend who was very supportive of Lindsay, and then said, actually, no, I've been bamboozled too. I'm out of it. Yeah, here's some of her stuff. It's sad when you're there for someone for 18 years, then you hold them accountable for scamming people, then boom, they drop you as a friend. Glad to see this friendship was clearly one-sided. I'm good here. And then this is just more information. This is just covering, this is a throwback. This is totally unrelated to this story, but this is when, technically it was our dog at the time, but this was Steven's dog for like 12 years. And she'd lived with us at the end of her life, and she passed away. And so I took a little break in between making videos because we were obviously very sad. But we used to have two animals were a part of this channel, and now we have just Taro, but her name was Chansey dog. And she was, she was 12 and a half. So it's not super surprising that she got sick. And I was glad that it was quick because she didn't have any pain or anything for very long. But one day she just collapsed on the floor, and then we took her to the vet, and they said, oh, it's just an infection, no problem. We gave her medication. She seemed to get better, but then as soon as the medication ran out, she got worse again, and then we took her to a different vet, and they said that she was, she had a huge problem with her spleen, and that there was really nothing they could do, especially at her age. So she passed away. But let me play that part.
And some of the videos you can speak, and it was a
Very
very,
little Chansey. And there's Tara, obviously.
very, very sad time for our family. Her name
I
is
know.
Chansey, and she was the love of my life. She always
She's the
hung out with me
best.
when I recorded videos and would work in my office all day, and I miss her tremendously. And if you are the type who prays, or if you're someone who has well wishes, please send them to Chansey. She's in doggy heaven now, and we love her so much, and she brought us so much joy. And I just wanted to share with everybody that I took a little break from producing content,
She's so
mostly
cute.
because I was, just devastated by that loss. And I
She's
wanted
the best.
to take time for myself and for my boyfriend. Chansey, we love you and we miss you so much. So thank you for joining my
Poor Chansey. We love her. Okay, so that's Chronically Rara. So, all right, that was back in 2021. Where is she now? How is she doing? She's still on that grind, baby. She is still doing things, talking about illness. She posts a lot. She goes away every so often and goes, I'm leaving TikTok. They're shadow banning me for no reason. But then she's right back to it. And again, on a public account, she could easily go private, and she doesn't. So let's see.
I feel bad for complaining because I don't want to be a negative Nancy. But I just want one day, just one day where I'm not sick, where I'm not nauseated, where I'm not in pain, where I'm migraine free or pain free, where I have energy. Like, I just want one day. That's all I want.
So, not the same thing. I think this content is much more digestible, much more like, okay, you want to explain your experience with chronic illness? Go for it. But I think what bothered me then was the urgency, the asking for donations, the calling herself and labeling herself a terminally ill patient. And then obviously there was, moments of her. There was one where she was like at Topgolf. And I was shocked that she would post this. Like, does this make any sense whatsoever? Because it was like not even that long after making the claims of like, I can barely move. And then she's like out at Topgolf hitting golf balls and just saying like, I'm having a good time. I was shocked. But so she's still around. She's still talking about, illness. She also has a online business where she makes jewelry.
I just wanted to show off a bracelet.
And she calls it the rare zebra, but she says that it's the rare zebra. And she says it's pronounced zebra because she's Polish. I don't know. There's always something.
Bracelet that I just finished. I made it for my best friend, and I still have to put the clasps on.
So if you want to buy something from her, you can. She had a Black Friday sale. But yeah, she's doing stuff like she's,
Come hang out at the Bengal.
she's going to the Bengals game for God's sakes, like I'm supposed to give you money out of my paycheck because you're terminally ill and you have moments to live. And then a year later, you're at the Bengals game. I see where my donations have gone. I don't know. Yeah. I think she just loves attention is what I'm saying. Yes. And I see one of the comments. Yeah. So there's part of the video where she said that she got a diagnosis that they said her lifespan was going to be like 15 years or 11 years or something like that, but that she was going to do the doctor better and die faster. And that was like her take on what the doctor had said. Now, again, she also does not like doctors. She doesn't take their opinion. She goes, my doctor said this. Or if she doesn't like the diagnosis or whatever prognosis that they give her, she's like, oh, idiot. You know, I know better. I know my body. But then she'll say, if a doctor says, oh, you're terminally ill, she's like, oh, the doctor said it. The doctor said, you know. There was also something with, what was I going to say? I forget. There was some other issue. I mean, the big issue that she got caught up in recently, and recently being this year, was she was raising funds for another TikTok family, 2 TikTok families that make content about their kids having terminal illness, like actual terminal illness. And since that video came out, we can look at it. Since that video, I posted the video, all of the children involved have passed away. And apparently, according to the parents, they never received any money from Chronically Rara. They never were contacted. They were never approached by her. She was just raising money on their behalf. And then, where's the money? I guess Lindsay then, after she started getting called out on TikTok, offered to pay. And then one of the mothers said, don't even bother. Like, you're weird and a scammer. I don't want to be involved in this. So that was an update from
what you have done is not only
November 10th. And it was between Dub Frost. Here, I can just play a little bit of it.
what you have done is not only tacky and disgusting and abhorrent and wrong, but it's illegal, and I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Oh man, that was good. This is the same, my old setup in the same spot before I got the green screen.
Little throwback for you.
Okay, also, if you're like a deep, if anyone out there is like a deep Chronically Rara lore understander, like it's the most extreme niche I've ever been a part of. There's this one TikTok that she made way before I ever made a video about her, probably back in maybe it was 2019 or 2020. But it was before like her big thing went viral, and she's doing that thing where I said she's on like the hospital bed and she's like peeking out, she was at her house. I don't know where she was. She was on some sort of like surface, and her husband was filming, and he's like, "Happy Thanksgiving," and then she's like, "Gobble gobble." So this is like deep lore that I tried to include in this video.
On today's episode, if you remember my first ever video on this channel, we covered who is Chronically Rara cards, who posted this.
God, I remember that microphone had so many issues. Oh, here's the I did use it. Here's the golfing one.
Still alive, and she's actually up and about and doing stuff like this now. So I've done several videos.
Look how insane I am. Look how insane this is. It's not only me 4 times, plus me in the middle of it, plus me on the side of it. Someone screenshot this and be like, do you know who's narcissistic? You know when a narcissist when it's just me. Okay, I'm joking, but am I? So basically the families involved, they, said they don't want to be involved with her. They weren't told about anything. And it was Willow. I forget what the name of the account was. Well, this is hers, Erin Mew. And her daughter passed away and was, caught up in this whole thing. And I just think they're unwilling participants in the whole scandal. And Chronically Rara, maybe she meant to pay them, but because she has such a shady history, I just, because it wasn't in their name, directly to them, it was going to her bank, Chronically Rara's Venmo account, and then it was supposed to go to them. It's just, complicated. And I think at this point, just give it up, Lindsay. But then after that, she bounced right back, and she was, still making content, still trying to build a community of chronic illness warriors. And like I said,
home and
having a small business. She's entrepreneurial. And then also she's got a whole narrative about being Muslim, which I didn't know. Apparently she's Muslim, and she's explaining being a white woman who's Muslim. So there's so many layers to this. But that's the basics. That is a very rough catch up ketchup and mustard of Chronically Rara and what she's been up to. So yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that happened that's important or interesting about her. Not really. That was it. And if you want to follow the saga, she posts 100 times a day. So I'm sure you can you can check her out. And I'm sure I'll be getting an email soon about the FBI returning.